Hey guys, Dawn from Seasonal Designs. Today we're going to put together a winter arrangement that you can use in your home, maybe on a table, a coffee table, an island. But you know, the holidays are over, but I still want to have kind of a fresh winter arrangement that I can use in my home. We're going to use a few fresh elements as well as a few of my leftover greens from when I did containers. Are you guys with me? Let's get started. Here's what we're using for the project. I have various greens here in this bucket that I have had sitting in my garage from when I did outdoor containers. They're still in really good shape. I have some branches here that we might use. I don't know for sure. Maybe some pine cones. I have a few dried ferns. Of course, your vessel. Your vessel needs to be a decent size and have a decent size opening and able to hold some water, which I have in there. And then I thought maybe I would use some of this fresh green eucalyptus, and then these beauties are kind of going to be the focal point of this arrangement, these unique cabbages that I found. All right, the other thing I'm going to use is some floral foam, and I kind of cut this down and I shoved it into here, and then I realized it was a little too tall, so you know, it's pretty pliable stuff, so I just reached in with my hand and broke off the top, so that allows me to have the larger stems have room to fit in here along the sides, but gives me something that my branches can stick into. I'm also going to take a lot of these branches and I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces so that I have pieces like this versus a big branch that isn't going to fit in here very well. So really, that's the first thing you want to do, is you really want to prep some of your branches. Some of them may be too small to use, but anything that is, you know, of decent size, I'm just going to be separating these so that I can use some of these in this arrangement. Then I'm just going to start filling in with some of these greens, sort of as my framework. And some of these I'm going to want upright and some I'm going to want to lay down a little. We're just going to start placing these in. This is going to have a definite front and back as I'm working on this, so I just put it on a turntable so I can turn it towards you as needed. Now I am going to just continue to fill in with these greens until you get a nice base, and this is going to help hold kind of everything else in place, and it's also a wonderful winter filler. The kind of branches here that I have like this, this cedar that kind of has this nice floppiness to it, these are great to put in along the base just to get something that kind of flops over the edges, because they just do that kind of naturally. So I don't have a lot of these, but I am going to fill in with these, and they are actually somewhat pliable, which is kind of nice. I'm just going to continue filling in with my greens until I get kind of the desired sort of look that I want. And this one's kind of neat. It has berries on it even, which I think is cool. This is going to just be such a beautiful sort of natural winter arrangement that you can just use anywhere. So I'm just going to keep turning it around so you can kind of get a look at what's going on as I'm working on this. All right, before I add too many more greens, because this is pretty full, you have to think about the stem that you're adding to this. This is a big stem on this bad boy, and it's probably going to be a bit too long, although maybe not. Okay, so I'm going to try to work this into this between the branches, and we're just going to slide it all the way down. Actually, I may have to take a little bit off the bottom. I feel like that's just a hair too tall, so I should really have my big snips. But I'm going to have my snips here. I'm going to, went to the ground. took a snip off of this, and I'm gonna just try to stick this guy in here. There, so he's down a little bit lower. All right, so we're gonna start adding these guys. Aren't those cool? I think this will be really cool. And now I really like this one for in front because you can kind of see if I put it straight down how it kind of angles over a little bit. I feel like I'm working in like the forest right now. All right, so this one too, I'm gonna cut it down a little bit. I have a snips in here. It's gonna go flying. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna try to add this one in, probably right over in here. So I gotta just turn this my way for a moment. Just kind of weave it through this. And I am just going to stick him back in because I want him, there we go, a little bit more in the front. Oh, look at how much that is adding. That's pretty. Very unique. All right, do I want to add a third? And my answer is yes. So let's just take a look at this. I think I'll add a third one, like right over here. Kind of like that. So again, I'm going to snip part of this off, a pretty good amount. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to try to add them like right over here, hoping you can see this, and just slide them in there. Okay. Let me take a look at it myself here. I think so. All right. Well, let's keep building on this. Now I feel like if I look at this, I have this over here, which is my focal point and somewhat heavy. Over here, I do feel like I'm going to want to put something, whether that's the eucalyptus or the branches, and this is where you start to play. Eucalyptus, fresh eucalyptus is sometimes sticky, so I'm putting my gloves back on, and I'm just going to grab one of these, and I'm going to kind of hold it over here and see if if I'm going to like the way that looks, kind of show you what I'm doing, or if I want potentially my branches to kind of be what I'm going to kind of put over on this side. And I really actually like this color in here because everything is very green other than the purple cabbages. So I'm going to add some of these. These are just some older willow branches that I have. I really need to get some new ones, some additional ones, but I'm just using what I had for this project. See, this one's a little too straight for me, so we're gonna put him in the reject pile, I think. I like them when they're a little wonkier, a little curlier. Even though this one's busted, I think he'll still be all right. Okay, let me get a few more. All right, so let's keep adding to this here because we've got really a good start, but I think that we can add some more and just kind of fill it out a little bit more. I have pine cones that I thought might be cool to add. They are kind of a winter element. So let me just stick a couple of these in here and see what I think. So we have some holes there. Yeah, I like what that adds. Just like that. And then I also want to add some of this fresh eucalyptus because I love that little cool kind of blue color that this offers as well. Plus it has such a nice kind of arching sort of form to it that I really like this as well. Now, some of this probably isn't making it into the water like this eucalyptus, but it's okay because this is just going to dry out over time. It'll be fine, perfectly fine. And I may have to cut a few more of these. Might need a nice long one in there. And this one is probably going to go right into the foam. Yep. I'm going to add one more type of branch here. So I happen to have a little of this pine just to add another green variety in here. Oh, you guys, this came together so quick and so easy. All of these things, except for the ornamental cabbage I just had laying around. The greens, the pine cones, the fresh eucalyptus, the branches. When I was shopping yesterday, I walked by this little pop-up flower boutique and saw these, and that's what actually gave me the idea or the inspiration to put together a winter container for inside. And if you don't like these, you could use 3 of any other flower. Like I think white would be really pretty in here to give it like a cool winter touch. So you could use like white peonies or maybe white amaryllis or 3 white roses. You could use a lot of different things right here in this corner for the floral piece of this. And I think it would turn out beautiful. If you guys do decide to put something together, I'd love to see what you did. You could email those to me at seasonaldesignsbydawn112@yahoo.com. And whatever photos you take of your arrangement, I would love to see them. And if I get enough, maybe I'll even do a quick little shorts video here on YouTube, or I'll put them up on my Instagram page. Well, I kind of found, I think, the perfect spot for it. Looks like it was just made to set on that end table there. I hope you guys found some inspiration in this video, some good ideas, and if not, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.